What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Elephant Nation podcast. It is your host, Ganesh, and today we are back after 2 weeks of no podcast, and I do apologize for that. The holidays are just coming up, so I couldn't record a podcast. I had other things going on, so I couldn't do it, but we are back, so we'll just get this episode started. But that's the reason why I couldn't upload a podcast for the last 2 weeks, so again, my apologies. But today's episode is going to be about bullying. Why? Because I ran into a situation where that involved bullying. Not going to name the people. Not going to name the situation because that's kind of irrelevant from the podcast itself. Because here we don't point fingers. We don't point situations out because there's no need to. But before we even get into it, right? Let me explain. Like, for those who are new to the whole bullying thing or just want a refresher, bullying is basically where it's like hurting someone's feelings, either mentally, physically, online. I don't know, it's a crazy world that we live in. That's the type of world we live in now because we have the internet now. I'm pretty sure back then was probably worse than this, but I don't know. That's besides the point. But I'm just saying, like the one thing I would tell a bully is, why are you spending your one whole life doing this when yet you only live once. Because you could be gone by tomorrow. You wouldn't even know that. I could be gone by tomorrow. No one knows what's gonna happen. I could just sleep. I could just sleep one day and boom, gone. I'm just out. That's why I always tell people, just focus on your life, focus on your goals, focus on your dreams. Don't worry about what other people are doing. But that's another podcast for another time. And also, I guess bullying is kind of hate in a way. Actually, it is hate, really. Let's just be real. It is hate. It's pretty much hate towards whatever it is. Whatever he or she is doing. But again, that's gonna be another podcast episode. Bullying is not okay. I'm gonna say that, coming from someone that has been bullied at some point of time. It's not good. It's not healthy for you. I don't know. It drains you mentally. Let's just be real. It drains you really bad. I'm gonna talk about physical. Actually, no. I'm gonna talk about verbal bullying at this for this podcast at least, because I hear more verbal than people actually punching each other and all that. So I'm just gonna talk verbal here, because I think I've been into more verbal situations when it comes to that. Not bullying, but kind of like something similar to it. Because it gets like worse and worse over time. And that's usually how like things like that work. But anyway, besides the whole point, I just want to explain that. Like the most bullying I've seen or been into, or again, I'm gonna talk about myself here. The most bullying that I got myself, not I can't say got myself into. It's really weird to say. It's like I put myself in that situation. Like the bullies that came up to me. There you go. More better way of putting it. Just talk trash. They basically just use the same words over and over again. Like, you're trash, you're ugly, whatever, right? Sure, I didn't like that, but I just didn't let it bother me because I know, like, in reality, that's hate. That's hate. That's what hate is, really. So I don't let them words get to me at all, as you shouldn't. But especially when, like, I can't even talk just verbal here. I'm gonna talk about like them stealing stuff from you as well, which is even worse, by the way. I never been into that kind of situation where that's happened. I know people that have, but again, I'm not naming people. We're not naming people. We're not naming situations because that's not what we do here. That's just me. That's just me giving them attention, which I don't want. So I don't do it. But there's a situation that I know that some person, which we're just gonna call him a person in this one, stole something, which I'm not gonna say what the item is, because they'll know who they are. So I don't have to say I don't want to say the item or anything like that. But basically, I had a talking to the person, and then they just didn't bother because for whatever reason they thought they were getting a cookie out of the whole situation, or they thought what they were doing was a good thing, which I don't even understand how. Like, you have one life, bro. You have literally one life. This is how you want to spend your life. It disgusts me how many people do it on a daily basis. This stuff really disgusts me. It makes my stomach twist. It's not like, bro, you're not cool. You're very lame for doing it. So instead of bullying people, why don't you just work on yourself? Work to be a better person. Change the lineage of your family. Whatever the situation is you want to change it. Go focus on it. Because I promise you, that's a lot more better than what this is. That's basically what I tell every single bully out there, or any person really that's struggling. You have one life, and this is how you're going to live it. Minus the whole sick and stomach twisted thing. I don't put that up. Unless it has to be involved. I never understood bullying in the first place. Why it became a thing. Why people do it. I don't know. It's really weird because the world we live in is pretty sad. It's a dark place. It's not what it used to be back in early 2000s, 1990s, 80s, whatever. And I would know that 100% because I was born in the early 2000s. So, I grew up in a good environment at the time till the mid 2000s changed everything. The social media came up and all that. I believe Facebook came out. I don't know when. I forgot when Facebook actually came out, but it was something like that. And I think Instagram and all that followed after. I don't know. It was insane. Knowing that these bullies had a golden chance to go online and start bullying other people. It was quite sad, honestly. I don't know. I don't mess with it. I don't bother with it. I try to protect the ones I love from it as well, so they don't jump into the situation. But sometimes people just, I don't know, some people just do it because, like I said, for entertainment purposes, or there's something going on. That's usually why. The main key is like something might be going on in their life that we don't know of. But I don't know. That's not really an excuse to actually do it in the first place. So I don't know why. Like, even if it's true, right? Let's just say that this individual did this, whatever, just because something was going on at home. I'm sorry, I would say it straight up. It's not an excuse to do it. Just talk it out, and we can probably all move on from it. But anyway, that's just besides the point. I don't know. I've been rambling too much for that. Like, I've been through a lot of situations where I had to get myself out, but I think bullying was the hardest one for me to get out of because, oh my god, especially when you go, like, for those who go to school, you know what I mean from this? Because that's obvious where it starts. That's usually where it would be at, mostly school. I don't know. It's kind of sad how what this world has become and how it's become a horrible thing. Like, example for me, when I got bullied, I remember being like I remember being thrown like a football or whatever it was. Trust me, it hurt. That's only when I was a kid. That's the only time I remember being bullied, at least. For what I know of, at least. But when it comes to high school, I can't say bullied, but I can kind of say bullied because I've been name called. It's horrible. But I'm not gonna get into that because that's not something I want to get into. That's something I don't want to resonate with. That's in the past. It's gone. It's burned. It's whatever. It's not there anymore. But for those who are going through that right now, just know I got your back. Your friends got your back. Your family's got your back. And I hope your teachers have your back because I know some teachers just don't care nowadays. They just let it happen. Again, I've been in that situation, but again, we're not talking about it. That's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you want for the next podcast. Hopefully this podcast helped you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.